this video, we're going to talk about what is a family office and why King's Counsel and Trust is different. As you can see on the screen here, there's a few basic things that are core to what we do. In my own words, family office can best be summarized as a private wealth management firm, an advisory firm in certain cases, that serve typically the ultra high net worth. What that means is basically 5 million or more in liquid assets. They're different from traditional wealth management firms in the fact that these folks have been able to bring in the best of the best that really serve very niche areas of expertise in, be it private enterprise or manufacturing, accounting or tax or governance, legal in some cases. It just depends on terms of what was a single family, matriarch, patriarch, that have multiple business, real estate holdings, what have you. And they needed experts with which to be on call, very much like doctors at all hours of the day. We don't do that. And what makes us different in the fact that families are not corporations. Many of the family offices you'll encounter are in fact corporations, LLCs, partnerships, and or big wealth management firms, but they're not families. Families are messy, unfortunately. We don't get to choose our brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, grandpas, grandmas, what have you. And they're not legal structures. Legal structures typically only last a few years. And whereas families and those dynasty names that perhaps you've heard of, they go on for not just years, but sometimes multiple generations. Do families actually pay taxes? Individuals do. Organizations, corporations, they do. But do families actually pay taxes? Something to think about. On the surface, you didn't understand at its core how important family is. And where does that rank in terms of your values? In America, perhaps one of the most important building blocks of this country is the family, and the importance of the family and the father in that family, in its structure, in their communities, and scale. And we believe that until and unless family takes the first position, we're all in a little bit of trouble. So we see a great opportunity to restore the essence of why family needs to come first in all aspects. Because when we talked about being a social enterprise, it's because we put social with the people first before enterprise. This is not corporate social responsibility where the corporation comes first and social responsibility comes after the fact. Similar, very, very different terms. Who we serve is those folks that have been working real hard. They've been sold on the idea that success is important, but they've arrived at the halftime of their life where significance, that is to say, not just personal success is important, but others' significance is of a greater importance. That could be the halftime of your life where you're pivoting for what's next. Isn't there better? Maybe it's shifting from, I want to go from full-time to part-time, or maybe I'd like to start a donor-advised fund or a family foundation or a charity, as the case may be. So that could apply to individuals or families. It could apply to for-benefit organizations, very grassroots-like in terms of associations, loosely held. But that applies to both for-profit and not-for-profit. Not necessarily just charities, but they could be private foundations, and they could be church or synagogue, as the case may be. In the end, these are typically going to be organizations that are very much grant-making. They believe in the generosity economy, the gift economy. With that, we also have in our professional affiliates program a number of power partner agreements that we could also add value to other family offices or niche experts in terms of, I'll just say, tax attorneys or certified public accountants, as the case may be, where we can add value to someone else's professional team, not to supplant those relationships, but to add value where many of those other family offices may just be a bullet point or a sentence. We've written white papers and other types of research documents on the fact, but more on that in other videos coming up soon. Thank you. See you in the next one.